Hi, bio majors. This is Catherine Bettis, one of your professors in the Department of Biology at UTRGV, and I asked your biology faculty to send me their advice for you on transitioning to online learning. And so we put together this guide on how to take suddenly online courses. Even though you may not have expected this, these are some ideas to help you succeed. I'm going to start off with some general advice on proceeding with online learning and then specific comments from some of your biology faculty. Okay, the first thing to keep in mind is that this is temporary for a few weeks or a few months. We're all working together to accomplish your learning objectives and our objectives for the courses. We want you to remember to, and we'll also try to remember to treat each other with grace and keep kindness and flexibility at the top of your goal list. We're all adjusting to difficult situations. And we all know that we have different distractions and challenges on both sides, on the learning side and the teaching side. So treat each other with grace. Okay, the primary message your faculty wanted to convey to you is how important it is to communicate in multiple directions. And so, first, speak to your faculty. If you're struggling with something, talk to them. We primarily talk through our university email address since people are staying at home to prevent the spread of disease. We are probably not available in our office for a phone call or a meeting, so email us and we can talk through Blackboard Collaborate or through email. So speak out if you need help. Listen. We will be sending you messages probably daily through the university email. Probably it gets sent through Blackboard and that comes to your email, but you need to be listening for updates daily on your university email address. If you can't get on your university email every day, you need to let your instructors know that they have to get a hold of you a different route and how they could do that. You're going to have similar challenges and confusions and suggestions as the other classmates in your courses. And so I suggest you get in contact with them if you don't have a route already set up. This could be through the discussion board on your Blackboard site, or you could ask your instructor to post a discussion board so that your classmates and you can exchange contact info and set up a group through maybe a WhatsApp chat so that you can share information and help each other through the course or even just connect on your shared challenges. Now, in terms of the actual logistics of your course, get very familiar with your course's Blackboard site. Everybody's going to post things in slightly different places, and so you need to do a pass through each of your courses every day and get familiar with where things are being put. Content delivered for this temporary move to an online format is going to be organized a little bit differently than a traditional course or a traditional online course. So you need to get very familiar and get on there every day to each of your courses so that you don't miss something. Think about how you're going to set your schedule so that you can accomplish your coursework. You may decide to keep it at the same day and time that you used to go to class. That's one way to approach it. If you're having to adjust your schedule, at least make sure you've scheduled time for each of your courses in a week. And I suggest you also note on there if you have assignments due each week, block out the times when they'll be due and when you'll work on them in advance. So that way you don't get caught out forgetting which assignments are happening when. Okay, some just general advice, last couple pieces of advice before I get to your information from your faculty. Do what you can to reduce your distractions. Put on noise canceling headphones and play some white noise or something that helps block out the things around you. Close all the extra browser windows and put your phone out of reach. If you need to work for half an hour and then reward yourself by checking to see the new news, do that. But put those distractions away as much as you possibly can. Learning biology requires for you to have focused thinking time, and especially for studying, for getting ready for quizzes and taking quizzes and exams, work out what you can to minimize your distractions. And expect technical difficulties. Expect the internet to go up and down, expect quizzes to choke and Blackboard to occasionally have difficulties. To deal with that, do work ahead of time if you can. Plan on turning things in a day in advance so that way you have time to email your instructor and let them know that something's gone wrong. Okay, so I asked for specific words of advice from your biology faculty. Here's some of our award-winning bio faculty. And so I have some faculty who provided advice. I'll just give you the highlights of what they said that's pertinent to all. If they're your specific instructor, then some of their words you might want to pause and take in with more depth. Dr. Brush, who teaches embryology and ornithology, says he would encourage you guys to keep a weekly schedule to keep things fresh in your mind and so you don't get behind, and reach out to your professor if problems arise. Dr. Soti reminds us all that when we send out an email, especially because we're going to be getting more email in this mode of communication, to include what course you're in and maybe your student ID in your email or phone calls. And if your email hasn't gotten a response within a day, go ahead and send a follow-up because it may have just gotten lost. If all else fails and there's something urgent, talk to Dr. Lau, who's the chair of the department. Send an email to biology@utrgv.edu. Dr. Carrion Martinez says to carefully take in all announcements and instructions. Since you're not able to hear it in our words, you're going to have to take it in from our writing and make sure you pay careful attention to those, including things like deadlines. And again, anticipate delays and don't leave things until the last minute. Dr. Carriot has a lot of advice for his ecology and entomology class. I'm not going to read through all these. I'm just going to hit the highlights that are pertinent for everyone. He says to address these issues, the first thing students need to do is to be patient. So the first things we need to do is to be patient with each other, and that many people have done this before. People teach these types of courses online, and so we can do this. We will be okay. Just be patient. We understand that this is hard for you and for us, and be proactive with communicating will go a long way towards your success. Dr. Persans wants you to find a quiet, non-chaotic place to review your studies and takes quizzes. Dr. Wedig says focus on keeping up on the course every day. Don't fall behind. Keep up on the coursework. Contact your instructor and read instructions carefully. Dr. Christofferson says, again, communicate. Don't be afraid to email your professor with questions. We are happy to help. That's what we are here for. And Dr. Fox has some closing words for us, which are don't be too hard on yourself. You didn't expect to take courses online, and we didn't expect to teach them. We're all making it up as we go. Expect some rough spots that are nobody's fault, especially not yours. Okay, so I have links here to some things that you might want to know. If you wanted to get a review of Blackboard and find out how to do tasks in Blackboard, if you're not familiar with it, COLT, the Center for Online Teaching and Learning, has a bunch of tutorials for Blackboard. The counseling services are still open, and things like our food pantry on campus are as well. Get your news from reliable sources. So the UTRGV coronavirus updates gives you scientifically accurate and correct news for the institution. If you're struggling, contact biology@utrgv.edu, and Dr. Lau, the department chair, will help you get things sorted out as best she possibly can with your instructors. Now, I brought messages to you from our bio faculty. We'd like to hear messages from you. And so I set up a little survey, just 3 quick questions. One asking you if and where you're struggling, what you're missing in this online course experience, and a word to your faculty. I'll take those in, they'll be anonymous, and then I'll relay those to your biology faculty. So at this point, I'd like everyone to take care, stay healthy, and let's all work together to get through this.